Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ivrea. Welcome to the 2018 ICF Junior and Under-23 Canoe Slalom World Championships. My name is Ross Solly. It is wonderful to have your company on this Friday evening. It's just gone 10 past 6. We're 5 minutes away from a start in the first of the heats of the Extreme Canoe Slalom. It's going to be a fantastic competition. We've had 4 days already of wonderful racing here in Ivrea, some really fantastic results, some exciting racing already. We've got a full weekend of finals coming your way, but this one's going to be special. If you haven't seen Extreme Canoe Slalom before, then you are in for a treat. It is quite unique in terms of what we normally do at ICF World Cup events. It's attracted a really big field, which has been whittled down to the top 32, and so we're about to have 8 heats in the under-23, the men's under-23 K1 division. There are 4 athletes in each heat, and the top 2 will go through to the quarterfinals. Now, just to warn you, and there they are, sitting up there on the top of the stand, ready to go. And I can tell you that athlete number one is Michael Machka from the Czech Republic. Athlete number 2 is Geronimo Cortez from Argentina, surely the best named athlete to be sitting on the top of a ramp, Geronimo Cortez. Athlete number 3, Andres Echeverria Olguin from Chile, and the 4th athlete is Maxim Surdatov from Kyrgyzstan. What a great array of talent, what a great geography lesson for you sitting at home. The Czech Republic, Argentina, Chile, Kyrgyzstan, all in this first heat with just 2 to go through. But letting you know, there are a lot of disqualifications that happen in this event. It's quite technical in many ways. Athletes have to do an Eskimo roll at some stage during the race. They can't break the start, obviously. They have to go around a couple of gates, the red gates, of course, same as in slalom events. They're the up gates, the green gates are the down gates. So it's very much a question of having to get around and do those properly without inflicting any penalties or, even worse, a disqualification. The athletes ready to go. So there's a ramp there, you can see. They slide off the ramp. That's always spectacular. They crash into the water, and then it's hell for leather down to the first turn. It's a bit like a demolition derby. They really do crash into each other, and if you get in someone's way, then that's bad luck, really, because you'll get bowled over without too many problems at all. They're now moving into position. 6:15 local time is the start for this first men's under-23 K1 heat. The top 2 to go through. We'll be coming to you live all weekend as Geronimo Cortez is introduced to the crowd. There's Andres Echeverria Olguin, a member of our development program. In fact, the talent identification program that the ICF runs has been here in Ivrea, and a great story of an athlete from Chile who's come through and taking part, and hopefully the start of many more athletes coming from Chile. And the last athlete to be introduced, Maxim Surdatov from Kyrgyzstan. So they're getting ready for a start. Any moment now. Just getting themselves comfortable. A heart beating. Ready, the starter says. And they're off, and, well, our friend from Chile got left at the start, but he's hit the water like a shot, and he is gone. There's a lot of jostling going on already, you can see, and a lot of carnage, even on the first turn. And there seems to be a lot of confusion about what each athlete is meant to be doing, but they're now underway. They've got some sort of normality, and it is our friend Cortez from Argentina who seems to have taken the right line. He's going to have a clear early advantage as he comes down to the second to last green boy. Now he needs to do an Eskimo roll. There he goes. He's over and he's up, so no problems there. Hot on his tail is Machka from the Czech Republic, so I think they'll be 1 and 2. And as long as they haven't upset the judges, they'll be the first athletes through. They've got to go through this final up boy, and there's no sign of here they come, the second 2 athletes. Our athlete from Chile and our athlete from Kyrgyzstan, but it's Cortez from Argentina and Machka from the Czech Republic who are heading down to the finish line. Machka will get the honours in this first heat, closely followed by Cortez from Argentina. That's how they finished. And it's now up to the judges to make sure that everything was in order. No sign yet of Serdotov from Kyrgyzstan. I'm not sure what happened, but that's the first three athletes have crossed the line. And as you could see from the start and getting down past that first rock and around that first gate, that caused a lot of mayhem and really sorted this race out very, very early. So we'll just wait for official confirmation, but I think it was Machka from the Czech Republic who crossed the line first, followed by Cortez, Geronimo Cortez. And there's a DNF now against Maxim Serdotov from Kyrgyzstan, so he didn't finish. And officially coming through now, Machka and Cortez, both officially through to the next round, the quarterfinals. What a great race. Here we are, race number 2. Manuel Ochoa from Spain, Samuel Stanovsky from Latvia, his cousin Jakub Stanovsky from Slovakia, and Jean-Pierre Bourris from Senegal. In that order, you can see there on your screen, Spain, Latvia, Slovakia, Senegal. 2 cousins out there going hammer and tong against each other. Should be a fantastic contest. And then in the next race, Martin Stanovsky. It's a very famous paddling family, of course, the Stanovskys, as Jakub is introduced to the crowd, but okay. So they're obviously not starting in the order that they are listed in. So Ochoa from Spain, there we go. So he's in the, this is nice and confusing. So he's in the green boat. Samuel Stanovsky. Maybe they couldn't put the cousins together. And how nice to have 2 red boats in the one race as well, just to really confuse things. Oh God. And Jean-Pierre Bourris, one of the nicest guys on the circuit, competing for Senegal. So 2 red boats, a green boat and a blue boat. The numbers are all a bit confused. They're not in the same order that they're listed, so that's going to make things a little bit confusing. Hopefully you can follow at home what's going on, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me at the moment, but I'm sure it'll all sort out in the long run. Waiting for a start. And they're off a pretty even start. They all hit the water as one and head down towards the first of the, that's, oh my God, there's a problem there when they get into the rock, but they're all through safely now as they head down towards the first of the up gates, the red gates. There's one on each side. There's no problem for whichever one they choose. They can go whichever way they want, whichever one makes more sense at the time. And you can see that the 2 boys getting into a lot of trouble together there on the closest of the red up gates. And already Jean-Pierre Bourris is disqualified, so I'm not sure what his transgression was, but he is out of the race already. So that's a bit disappointing for him. So that leaves a race in 3 now to find out who will go through to the next round. And we're heading down now to the second to last green boy, the green gate, and then down to the finish line. So no problems at all there. They're crossed without any dramas. We'll just wait now for official standing. Samuel Stanovsky first, Jakub Stanovsky second, and so the Stanovsky cousins will go through to the next round.
It can be here until when?
All right, now we're about to get underway for the third of the heats for the under-23 men's K1. And as I said, we have Martin Stanowski, another of the famous Stanowski family, Dimitri Marx from Switzerland, Giacomo Barzon from Italy, and Sandil Makuba from South Africa. And I'm very happy to say I've been joined here in the commentary box by Felix Osmarks from Austria, gold medalist last year at the World Junior Championships. Lovely to have you here, mate. You enjoying it? Why are you out there?
We have the finals on Sunday. This year I'm competing in the under-23 competition, so I wanted to save my energy for the slalom event. But I enjoy watching the guys and doing their best, so let's hope for a good race.
It's really carnage out there, isn't it?
I would say so, yeah.
They're lucky to get through the other end, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have a bit more of a chat after the finish of this race, but that's Dimitri Marx in the green boat from Switzerland. And already introduced, we had Giacomo Barzon from Italy, and there's Sandil Makuba from South Africa. What a great story Sandil is.
Yeah, that's really cool. I met him at the venue a few times, and he really seems like a nice guy and having a good time here.
Yeah, he's from one of the townships down in South Africa. He's part of the talent identification program. The ICF gave him a boat, or Nello gave him a boat last year after the talent identification program. He took it back to South Africa, and it was like he'd come back with gold. The whole village was so excited, and they're off. And unfortunately, he got left a little bit at the start, but sometimes that's not a bad thing. Now they head down. What's the tactic here, Felix? I think just to stay out of trouble, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like Dimitri did it. He had a fast start, and now he's ahead of all the others and staying out of trouble like these guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of carnage happening on behind you. Really, if you can get to that first up gate with no one around you, then you're going to have a big advantage. You can see already the gap. There's a lot of areas where they can get disqualified though, and if they don't do an Eskimo roll properly, and they've got to do it within a certain area. So
yeah.
I'm not sure, it's about 10-20 metres I think they've got to do it within that area, and he's got to get around that marker. But he doesn't need to panic now, does he? He's a long way in front.
He doesn't have to.
And it looks like Stanowski
second place
is in second place, so that'll make 3 Stanowskis through to the quarterfinals if he hasn't got himself into any trouble. And there we go. No, he's going to be in trouble. I think unfortunately Makuba from South Africa didn't get the Eskimo roll in time, so I suspect he'll be disqualified. Yes, in fact, it's come up now as a disqualification, but no problem for Dimitri and for Martin. Dimitri Marx, Martin Stanowski, both safely through to the quarterfinals. And yes, DSQ there next to Sandil Makuba.
They were quite the favourites in this run, I think, so they proved their role.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these athletes, this would be the first time they've done it in a competition, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So they're learning, they're trying to get it all right and learning what the tricks of the trade are.
Yeah, I think you can improve so much from run to run, because in our daily training routine, this kind of competition is not included, so it's new for almost everybody, like you said.
Okay, to start this now for the fourth of the heats, Max Carlson from Sweden is athlete number 1, but closest to the camera, the one just been introduced, is Tyler Westfall from the United States. He's looking pretty pumped to be up there. Yeah. I love that this is a nice thing, they introduce him to the crowd. There's a big crowd here too, so it's very exciting. Next to him is Max Carlson from Sweden.
I think he is former junior world champion in freestyle, so he's used to paddling plastic boats, and let's see what he can do.
The freestyle athletes have got a bit of an advantage, haven't they? Because you know it's very similar to freestyle in a lot of ways.
Yeah, let's see what he can get from it.
And there's Alexander Makrans from the Czech Republic, and number 4 is Jean Yoyong from Singapore, another member of the talent identification program. So good to see these athletes from countries that we don't see a lot of usually out here and having a go at extreme canoe sailing. Who do you think will win this one? Who would start favourite?
I think Taylor is quite a favourite here.
Yep.
But Alexander
and
he had a good start.
He had a good start, but a really staggered start for the rest of the boys. They got left behind. So Taylor has got out to a nice early lead and making sure he puts a bit of a gap, but he's been chased by Max Carlsen from Sweden, and also...
Ooh, got a hit to the head.
Yeah, that is dangerous. They are wearing helmets, but I would imagine that would still hurt, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely does.
So they're coming down now. Oh, what's going on there? There's all sorts of problems happening behind. They went too early with their Eskimo roll, I think, so Tyler Westfall will quite comfortably win this. I'm expecting there'll be a couple of disqualifications. We'll just wait and see, but Tyler Westfall now coming up to the final up gate. And this is what happens. If someone gets on your inside, they can edge you out.
Yeah.
Max Carlsen still holding on to second, but he's been disqualified. He made an absolute mess of his Eskimo roll. Well, he's now causing problems, and there's a bit of problem behind for the athlete from Singapore as well. Just keep an eye on him as they cross the line. But Max Carlsen, unfortunately, he will be disqualified, as in fact is Jun Yoyun from Singapore. So 2 disqualifications. So let's just see, we're watching the replay now, what happened here. Felix, it looks like we're up on the rock.
The athlete from Singapore
that is not
ended
the
up.
desired route.
No, definitely not.
So only 2 athletes finished that legitimately. Tyler Westfall and Alexander Makrans from the Czech Republic are both through, but as we've seen, a lot of disqualifications, a lot of carnage out there.
Yeah, I think everything's happening so fast. You try to stay on the line, push the others off the line, and then you also have to manage to go through the gates. It's quite hard.
Great stories. This is Gokul Flagel from Nepal. I mean, how often do we have athletes from Nepal?
Yeah, but I remember, like, my first junior races, I think he has already been there.
Yeah.
And he is in the game for quite a while now. I always really enjoy him, holding up the flag at the opening ceremonies and stuff, showing that he's there and loving the sport.
Sergei Manstov from Russia, next to him in the green boat. Sorry. That's Reutemann from Switzerland in the green boat. And there he is.
Having a good time.
He's having a really good time. In the red
He's
boat.
wearing a neoprene cap.
What is it?
A cap. A neoprene cap, I think.
Okay.
But it's not so cold.
It's not cold at all. It's actually...
Maybe he got some problems with the ears with the cold water.
Yeah.
Happens sometimes.
So who do you think will be favoured in this one?
The Russian guy, I think. He's really strong physically.
Right, let's see how we go down.
This is going over the...
What's going on?
Whoa!
That is a mess. An absolute mess. It's like
the Russian, I think, is last now.
Yeah, he is. In fact, it's Flipple from Nepal who's out there.
Yeah.
He's got, see, this is what happens, he's gone so wide, so that's allowed Reutemann from Switzerland. Oh, and he's got
huge carnage going on.
This we're going backwards, upside down. We're going to do the roll now. Let's see how that goes. This could be a mess as well. He's up. Reutel's up from Flegel's up from Nepal. So let's just hope he can hold this together. Reutemann from Switzerland is coming through now, though, and has a slight advantage. We have Otten from the Netherlands has been disqualified, as you can see on the screen there. Oh, and he nearly got caught there in that hole.
And my missed the gate, but I think he's still second. He had to redo it.
There's so much happening. You don't know where to look, do you?
Yeah.
It's just carnage going on left, right, and centre. There's athletes being disqualified all over the place. Our camera operators here are doing a great job trying to bring you all the action, but it really is a bit of a mess sometimes. So often disqualified. It looks like Reutemann from Switzerland and Mandasov from Russia are both through. So
there haven't been any runs till now without all the athletes doing everything correctly.
Everyone has had a disqualification. Oh well, that's what's the fun of it is, isn't it?
I think so. I think that's also what entertains the people out there, the crowd which is there, to see carnage and not only perfection like you get it in slalom.
I think so. I think that's what makes it so exciting, and I think why so many athletes. I mean, when it first started, Felix, as you know, there was only a handful of athletes who actually did it. But we're now seeing more and more athletes are having a go. All right, so this is heat number 6. We have from Italy, Marco Vianello. We have from Canada, Trevor Boyd. From France, Marlo Quebenar. And from Croatia, Ren Korps.
Marco is unluckily not in the under-23 team of Italy. He's a really good peddler. So I think he has good chances to progress to the next round. Malo is also super fast slalom peddler. Let's see how he's doing in the plastic boat.
So have you had a go at this at all? Have you done it?
Yeah, I did it last year in Tadson at the World Cup. I think I had a few runs against Boris Neve.
He does it a lot.
Yeah, and he's super strong, and it was good fun. I didn't make it that far, I think quarterfinals or something like this, but it was.
Did you get disqualified?
No, it was just slower than the other guys.
Well, I think there's a lot of luck involved, isn't there? I mean,
probably, yeah. Because, if you miss a bit the line on the upstream, the other guys immediately hit you. And
that's the problem, isn't it, Felix? I mean, you can do the perfect race, but someone else can wipe you out.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's the cleanest start we've had so far.
And there they go.
Corpses going all over the place at the back there, but they've all got through so far. I haven't seen any disqualifications come up, so maybe we're going to have our first clean race. There's a long way to go yet. They've got to get around this up gate. And here we go. We see a bit of carnage on the left there and on the right. I think we'll have a disqualification there with Trevor Boyd. He's trying to go back around again to correct it, but he had some real problems going on there. Now the Eskimo roll, they're both going to be over without too many problems. So it looks like it's going to be Vianello at this stage and Canoe from France who are going to get through. I don't know why they've chosen to go on the same side.
Yeah.
I would have gone the opposite side. Now they've both got themselves into a bit of trouble. It's just crazy. They just come through and smack each other out of the way. But we're coming down now to the finish line, and I'm assuming if there's no disqualifications that it's going to be Vianello and Canoe from France.
Yeah.
Who are both through. Canoe gets the nod, as does Vianello. There's no disqualifications for those two chaps. And
Croatian guy.
Yeah, that's Corpse has just come through, and then finally it's Trevor Boyd who got himself into a lot of trouble on that first up gate and had to go back and redo it. So no disqualifications though for that one. So they're learning.
Yeah.
They're getting there.
The carnage was there, but the qualification didn't come.
But I mean, there is talk that eventually one day this might be part of the Olympics. It's attractive because you don't need to add. Technically, you don't need to add more athletes to the quotas.
Yeah.
That's always the big issue for the Olympics. They don't want any more athletes than already there. So if these guys want to have a bit of a hit at this after they finish their slalom or their canoe or their kayak, I think. So this race.
I think David is a big favorite here. Yves, who we see now, he is doing C1 usually. So let's see how he's doing in the kayak. But David, I think he's a really strong guy. And
he's looking like he's having fun.
Yeah, him and his brother, they always have so much fun at stuff like this and opening ceremonies. They're representing Senegal.
They're wonderful ambassadors for the sport.
Yeah, it's good seeing them around.
You mentioned David Laurent, of course, he won gold this morning. He was so excited in the mixed C2. I was pretty pumped about all of that. So he'll be looking to have a good go at this afternoon. And then from Brazil, Lucas Varetti. He looks nervous, doesn't he? He looks really nervous. Most of the guys up there look like they're having a good time, but Lucas looks really, really nervous. So hopefully he goes all right for him.
But maybe it's even helping him in the contact sport.
Ooh, a little head to ease. He got well and truly left behind. So he's already got a bit of work in front of him. But he's, in a way, you miss the start. You stay out of that trouble at that first drop. But he has a lot of ground to make up now. And it's a very clear start at the moment. But it is Ethan from Russia who's going really, really quickly.
He has all the course for himself now.
Yeah, just needs to get his Eskimo roll right, and he should be fine here, no problems there. No one is even anywhere close to him, so not a lot of pressure on him. He's not going to get hit now when he goes on the up, and it looks like it is David Laurent who is here. So, he has got himself into trouble on the up. He's really struggling to get around it, but I think he'll still be okay. David Laurent there waiting, getting out of the way, making sure he doesn't get hit by the Brazilians, so that was pretty clever.
Yeah, I think so. It just costs power if it costs more carnage, which you need to solve, and was a good way of racing from him.
So that was a pretty...
I think it's quite hard to to stay out of trouble in the ups because the poles are still moving quite a lot. So yeah, it's hard to not miss them and don't kick them out of your own way actually.
Yeah. There's a lot for the judges to watch, isn't there? They've got to keep an eye on so many things, so many technical things.
Before I was on the bank and I watched the judges, how they're handling it, and I saw them holding the signs with the numbers of the athletes, and I think like this they can keep some order into this.
So the Ethan goes through first from Russia, David Laurent from Spain second, and now we're up to the final of the heats with Tyler Smith from the United States, Elliot Goddard from Great Britain, Dennis Messmer from Germany, and from Greece, Leandro Grigjac. Who would you fancy in this one, Curtis?
Tyler Smith. I know him quite well, and he told me that he is really motivated for this competition for the Boulder Cross, and I think he's a favorite here. He has been in a slalom competition for quite some time now. I don't really know the other names, so yeah, that's my pick.
Okay. Yeah, well, I know that Grigjac from Greece. I think he's from the talent identification program as well.
Mm-hmm.
Germans always go well, so we'll just see what Dennis Messmer can do.
Yeah.
And this is Leandro Grigjac from, again, nervous looking athlete.
It's interesting. There are two competitors with Cobra pedals.
This is why I put you in here.
Yeah, in the slalom competition, this brand nearly disappeared, but now there are two athletes again with it.
So good start, although Grigjac from Greece headed off in the wrong direction almost, and he's got a lot of ground to make up. But early on, we have a good. There's a bit of carnage on the left there.
And more to come.
Oh, wow, oh my goodness, all three of them ended up having a smack there. So staying right out of the trouble is Goddard from Great Britain, who's got the whole race to himself now. He really took the right option there. He went to the left while everyone else went to the right. Now he needs to get around this. He's got himself into trouble. He's got to go back. Oh my God, he's really got himself into trouble. It's hard work now getting back up. And he's going to go from first to third. If he doesn't, no, he's all right. He's got himself back. That would give him a really sick feeling in the stomach if he somehow managed to give away the lead he had there. But he will cross unless he's got himself into trouble. Tyler Smith disqualified. Not sure what he did. It might have been in that.
I didn't see.
It might have been in the gate where all three of them
and also
came
the
together.
Athlete from Greece.
He's been disqualified as well, Grigjac. So Dennis Messmer from Germany. And Goddard from Great Britain, after opening up a huge lead and almost throwing it away, can breathe again because he is through in second position. So there we go. That is the heats of the men's under 23 extreme canoe slalom done and dusted. Very soon we'll have the juniors extreme heats. Felix, well, we've got a bit of a break. How are you feeling? You're through to the semis, of course, this weekend. Are you feeling good about it?
Yeah, I'm happy to be in the semis. I had to do a second run to get there. It was a messy first run, and in the second run I took care of it to progress through, and now I'm looking forward for Sunday to race. Should be fun, I think.
Do you feel a bit of extra pressure this year because you won last year?
I don't think it's extra pressure, more extra motivation, because it's my first year in under 23, and to know, last year I was the best in the junior competition. I want to prove that I also can be the best in the under 23 competition. So let's see how the race goes, and in the end, I think everything was fine.
What's the step up like from junior to under 23?
I think
you've got guys like Jakob Grigger and guys like
exactly, that. I think the first 5 people, I think it's hard to finish the race in top 5. It's quite the same hard in under 23 and junior if you compare it with the age difference. But to get into the final or to make the semi-final, it's easier in the junior competition because then the level of skills and everything is, I think, going faster down than in the under 23 competition. Yeah.
And you know, you look at some of the athletes who are competing here in under 23, and they are world-class athletes. You know, in senior competition.
Yeah.
And coming out and competing here, we saw Jakob. You know, he's going for a third world title, under 23 world title. We saw him struggle. You know, he was struggling to get through. So that just gives you some idea of the pressure that's on, and also a lot of the athletes have said this course is quite difficult. The water level makes it a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I love this course, but exactly because it's so specific, it's so different to all the artificial courses, and I think it's good that the juniors get to see this course and get to learn how to paddle on it. But yeah, like you said, there are so many guys in the under 23 competition who can paddle fast. There are a lot of guys who already did the senior final at the World Cup or Europeans.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard time in the final.
Now, are you able to stay with us, or do you have to head off?
I think I need to head off.
You need to head off.
Yeah.
That's okay. Look, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Some insights, and good luck this weekend. I hope it all goes well for you on Sunday, and that you can do yourself and do your country proud.
Thank you very much.
Felix. All the best, mate. Felix Osmars from Austria, junior world champion last year in the under 23s this year. Great to have him as part of the commentary. This is the first of the heats in the juniors, the K1. That was Terence Samindoff from Mauritius, just introduced to the crowd. Great story, Terence, lovely guy. He's qualified for the Youth Olympics later this year. Yeah, just a lovely, lovely guy. 3 green boats in that, so that's fantastic. I'm so excited about that. Tom Morley there from Ireland, looking very nervous as well. And the others, Thomas Zimmer from the Czech Republic, and Yegor Ochovskis from Kazakhstan. They're ready for a start, the first of these heats. Some of them really struggle to get off the ramp, but once they hit the water, it's go like the clappers, and they get down to that first drop, which is caused. Oh, we've got an early Eskimo roll. You're not supposed to do an Eskimo roll yet. That's way too early, so that'll be a DSQ, I would imagine. Unfortunately for, I think that was Thomas Zimmer who did that. In fact, it was Tom Morley, so he's been disqualified already. So you can't do, you've got a designated area to do the Eskimo roll, and we can see Okchanovsky from Kazakhstan. He's really struggling to get up around that red up gate, so he will well and truly find himself out of this race. And now we have the 2 athletes. Well, Tom Morley is the athlete in the blue boat, but he's been disqualified, so ignore his result. And I meant to say that in the nicest possible way. Thomas Zimmer from the Czech Republic is at this stage clear, so he'll be okay. But yes, in the blue boat, Tom Morley, unfortunately, is disqualified, so will not feature in the finish. We can see now that it is, though, Zimmer and Saramindev from Mauritius. Well, Saramindev thinks that doesn't think that he's in with a show here, and I don't know why he hasn't finished. I don't know why he stopped. Oh, he's been disqualified as well. So Saramindev has been disqualified as well, which means that Thomas Zimmer and Yegor Ochovsky from Kazakhstan. I bet you he couldn't believe after his start that he would be through to the quarterfinals, but that's the beauty of extreme canoe slalom. Anything can happen, and often does. 2 disqualifications in the first junior heat, and I would imagine with the juniors there'll be a lot more as the rain starts. It's been holding off all day. We were told that it wouldn't come till 10 o'clock, but nobody told the rain gods. Now, heat 2, just 3 boats up there at the moment, so I'll just work out for you who's missing. It should be Jakub Kreczki from the Czech Republic, Murilo Sorgetz from Brazil, Mark Neeson from Germany, and Ignacio Bakovic from Chile. That is the start list, but as you saw, only 3 boats up there at the moment, so we'll just wait for clarification on either who is missing or who is running late for the first of the heats in the junior. Yes, we were told there would be thunderstorms today. Initially, we were told there was a 100% chance of a thunderstorm at 6 o'clock. That didn't eventuate. Then we were told that it probably wouldn't come till 10 o'clock tonight. Well, I can tell you it's now 7:15 Ivrea time, and it is raining, which is a bit disappointing because there is a good crowd here. If we get a shot of the crowd, you'll see there's lining the banks. It's really great to see because it's such a great location here in Ivrea, and people can just pop down from the town. This course really is smack bang in the middle of Ivrea, and on a Friday evening, instead of heading out for maybe some post-work drinks or post-work dinner, maybe many people have taken the option of popping down here and having a look at some world-class canoeing action. But yes, the rain has arrived. It's not heavy, and there is some blue sky still out there, but it's it's wet. And we're just looking back now at the replay of what happened in that last race. Maybe there's been a protest. But yes, you can see there's a lot of carnage early on. All right. So there, it's just the 3 athletes, it looks like, taking part in this heat. So that's Neeson from Germany. He's definitely there. Looks like Krečky from the Czech Republic is also there next to him. We'll just wait. Are we waiting for the 4th athlete, or are we... We're just waiting now for more instructions. Maybe they're missing a boat. Maybe they had to get a boat back after the last race. So that is Neeson on the left in the yellow boat. I think it's Bakovic from Chile who's missing. There's definitely been a hold up here now. This, although we are early, this race was set down to begin at 6:51, and it's only 6:48 now. So we are a bit ahead of time. So maybe they're just holding, waiting for. They have an extra couple of minutes to try and locate the missing paddler. And the boat's there. This is a good sign. The boat is there. Sans athlete at this stage. That's the lineup, as you can see. Jakub Krečky from the Czech Republic, Murilo Sorgets from Brazil, Mark Neeson from Germany, and Ignacio Bakovic from Chile. I think it's Bakovic who's missing. Neeson is in the yellow. I think that's Krečky next to him. And then Sorgets from Brazil. Now they're removing the boat, are they? What are they going to do? So the boat's going. Too late, he says. Waves his hand, says, no. You had one job to do. Get here on time, and it didn't happen, so the race will start without you. Takes a little bit of pressure off the other 3, although 3 into 2 does not go. Now we'll have the introduction of the athletes. So Mark Neeson from Germany in the yellow boat. In the light blue boat, it's Krečky from the Czech Republic. Oh, he's back again. It's like a magic act. It really is like a magic. The boat was there, the boat was gone, the boat's back, and the athlete's back. So that's good. Everything's sweet. Krečky from the Czech Republic in the light blue boat. That's Sorgets from Brazil. What is happening? What is happening? Here he is. Bakovic from Chile. He is chilled out. Chilled out from Chile. Yep, here I am, everyone. Don't you worry about that. I had everything under control. Let's get this race underway, he says. What are you all waiting for? Ready, he says, and go. They're off, and they get off to a reasonable start, except unfortunately Neeson almost did an early Eskimo roll, unnecessary Eskimo roll, but they are heading down now to the first of the ups, and it looks like it's Krečky from the Czech Republic who's got himself out to a nice early lead, and he's the only one who goes to the right-hand side of the course. So he's stayed right out of trouble, and he's got himself a nice big lead now. There's a bit of problem going on behind. The Eskimo roll is good. Bakovic from Chile has been disqualified. So that leaves 3 in the race. And it is Krečky from the Czech Republic who has it all under control. He just needs to be smart here and not get himself in the firing line for any of the athletes who are coming up behind him. Mark Neeson from Germany has also been disqualified. So 2 athletes now just need to keep themselves clean. That's Krečky from the Czech Republic and Sorgets from Brazil. Just keep yourselves clean, boys, and the race will be yours. There are these 2 boys on camera now, both been disqualified. So no problems for Krečky, who really did paddle a very nice race from the Czech Republic. He is through. Sorgets from Brazil is also through. And unfortunately, Neeson and Bakovic both disqualified. So much can go wrong in these races. So much can throw your race plan out the window. Now we're up to heat number 3. We have Anatole Delessas from France. We have Nicolas Bini from Italy. We have Tadeusz Kuchno from Poland. And we have Julian Erkeli from Argentina in this heat. The rain has, I think, stopped now, which is nice. Just a brief shower that came through, just cooling things off. It's been a very hot day here in Ivrea. The athletes are about to be introduced to the crowd. That is Erkeli from Argentina, looking very excited to be here. Julian Erkeli in the blue boat. Next to him it's Anatole Delessas from France. Nicolas Bini from Italy, trying to get himself comfortable there. And there is Nicolas Bini. Got the local crowd behind him, and haven't they been passionate over the last few days. And the last of the athletes, the 4th athlete, is from Poland, Tadeusz Kuchno. He's in the red boat. So 2 yellow boats, a red boat and a blue boat in this heat. There's Tadeusz Kuchno from Poland. So these are juniors, don't forget. These guys are all 16, 17 years old. They have every right to feel nervous on this big stage. It's a World Championships, folks, and they're underway. And unfortunately, Kuchno did get left a little bit at the start, but he's avoided a bit of the carnage. There's a real logjam going on already, and looks like Erkeli got himself into a bit of trouble with the rock. But at this stage, they're all clean. There's no disqualifications as we head down. There's going to be a mess happening here, I think, too, as they head around the first of the up gates. No, so far, nice and clean. And it is Kuchno from Poland who's got the early advantage. He's broken out to a nice, clean lead. Has to get the Eskimo roll in now. That can be a bit daunting for some. There's a bit of interesting tactics going on behind, but Kuchno is over nice and clean. No problems there. And so is Delessas from France. He's through as well. So it's Kuchno from Poland and Delessas from France. They both go to the same side of the course. I really don't know what the logic is behind that. And you can see that Delessas there got himself in all sorts of trouble trying to get around that up gate. And we can also see that Erkeli is getting themselves into trouble. So now a real race for the second spot here. We can see that Kuchno is safely through. A real fight for second. But it looks like it might be Delessas from France, who was very lucky to escape after getting themselves into a lot of trouble with that up gate. No, but Delessas has been disqualified. He did use his hand, I notice, to try and get around the gate, and I'm not certain that that's legal. So Delessas disqualified, unfortunately. And well, I'm not quite sure why you would go to the same gate as the chap in front of you. I would have thought you'd try and stay clear. So it's Bini from Italy that thrills the local crowd, and Kuchno from Poland. both through to the next round. De Lassas unfortunately disqualified. The next of the heats, Guilherme Rodrigues from Brazil, Kaelin Friedensen from the United States, and our two Greek athletes, Charalampos Tranios and Panagiotis Arvanitis. There he is, Panagiotis Arvanitis in the blue boat. Great to have some Greek athletes here competing at these World Championships in Ivrea. The 2018 ICF Canoe Slalom Under 23 and Junior World Championships. Rodrigues from Brazil. Athletes from all over the world competing here this weekend. This week it's been a big week. Started on Tuesday. Finals today, tomorrow and Sunday. There's Kaelin Friedensen from the United States. As you would expect, looking pumped to be up here on the starting blocks. And very nervous looking Charalampos Traianos from Greece as well. So two Greeks and an American and a Brazilian in this heat. And they're off and they hit the water, and it's Rodrigues from Brazil who hit the water first, but they've gone together as one as they head down over the... Oh, there's some little bit of carnage going on there, but they all seem to be intact at this stage. No disqualifications, which is good as they head down towards the first of the up gates. It's Rodrigues from Brazil who's going to get around first. Nice and clean. He stays out of trouble as Trojanovic from Greece chases him down. Now it's a nice clear lead now from Rodrigues from Brazil. And Troyanos from Greece is heading into his Eskimo roll now. So it's going to be Rodrigues from Brazil if he can stay clean, pick the right up gate here. Oh, no. And once again, the first two athletes both go to the same gate. I'm really not sure of the logic behind that. Seems to give yourself more trouble than it's worth. Oh, and there we have someone getting right in the way. Unfortunately, it's Troyanos from Greece. I think he knocked his fellow Greek athlete out of the way. That's not very sporting. But as they head down towards the finish line, it's Rodrigues from Brazil who has crossed clean and first. We can see Troyanos from Greece. He's going up and down in the one spot there. But he's okay now. He's got himself out of trouble and will cruise down to the finish line. It looks like we have no disqualifications from that race. Oh, yes, we do. Troyanos from Greece got himself disqualified. But Rodrigues from Brazil and Friedensen from the United States are your qualifiers from that heat. So well done to those two athletes. 4 more heats to go in this men's junior K1 Extreme Canoe Slalom event. There's a white boat. We haven't had a white boat today, so that's nice. Always something exciting when there's something new to see. The white boat belongs, I think, by the look of things, to Felix Schmidt from Germany. Yes, it is. I'm going to say lane number 1, starting block number 1, Felix Schmidt in the white boat from Germany. Laurent Jossi from Italy. I don't know whether you can hear the crowd getting excited. Every time an Italian appears, the crowd do get very, very excited. Callum McEachin from Great Britain in bib number 2. And finally, in the green boat, we have Fernando Este from Chile. So Chile, Germany, Great Britain and Italy in this heat. Ready, the starter says. Yes, they are. Well, they were, sort of. Oh, I've never seen someone miss a start like that. Este from Chile really missing the get-go. But they're down now past the first of the gates, and it's pretty tight. Pretty tight at the moment, but it looks like it's McEachin from Great Britain who will go into the first of the up gates with a advantage. If he can stay, so you can see what happens there. So he went around first, but Jossi from Italy got under him and has now taken over in the lead. So it's Jossi from Italy leading from McEachin from Great Britain. Here comes the Eskimo roll. They've got to get it up and down within the required time. It's Joshi from Italy. The crowd are getting very excited. You can see them running down the banks there alongside him. Again, the two leaders go around the same gate. No problems this time, though. It looks like it's Joshi and McEachin who are going to try and stay out of trouble now as they head down towards the finish line. Loran Joshi from Italy, Callum McEachin from Great Britain are your 1 and 2 in this race, and it seems a little bit of trouble there for Este from Chile, but he's going to finish as well. No disqualifications to speak of. Oh yes, there is. Este now gets a DSQ next to his name, and he's stuck himself in this little hole here. Oh, okay. Try this way. That worked. Unfortunately, when he gets to the finish line, he'll see that he has been disqualified. So McEachin and Schmidt. Oh, Joshi got disqualified. The Italian got disqualified. Oh dear, don't tell the local crowd that. Joshi, I mean, he crossed the finish line well in front, but obviously there was a problem there somewhere. He seemed to be leading. Maybe it's the Eskimo roll here. Let's see. Let's see what he does. He's got to come up the other side. Did he come up the... Okay. So he got disqualified for something. So that means that McEachin and Schmidt go through. Now, number 6 of the heats. We have Vid Osterbank from Slovenia, Pau Echenez from Spain, Tobias Fantini from Argentina, and all the way from Thailand, Pianath Kutsuk representing Thailand. There is Tobias Fantini from Argentina, fist pump in the air, happy to be here. There's a helmet we haven't seen. Very wise, I might just say, to wear a helmet like that, because as we've seen already, the boats can smack you in the face without any problem at all. So Vid Osterbank being very wise with that full face helmet. Pau Echenez from Spain in the yellow boat and looking very laid back on the end from Thailand. Pianath Kutsuk. He does look very relaxed. Look at that. I think from memory, Pianath Kutsuk was one of the athletes who did really, really well in Barcelona at the Youth Olympic Games qualifiers. So let's see how he goes here. And they've hit the water now and they're underway. And it is in the full face helmet. It is Pau Echenez. No, sorry, it is Vid Osterbank who's taken out, got an early lead. Maybe that helmet gives him a little bit more confidence than the rest of the athletes, but he has really gone out strong in the first section of this race. Although the three of them all go to the same gate. They've all managed to seem to get through all right, though. But as Osterbank now goes into his Eskimo roll, he's over and up. No problems there. No problems as well for Echenez from Spain. So Osterbank and Echenez at this stage are the leaders as they go around the final of the up gates. Just waiting for the athletes to come through Osterbank, and now he's got a clear run to the finish line, as has Echenez. So as long as they haven't done anything wrong in the early part of the race, they will cruise now to the finish line. But it's Vid Osterbank, very strong race from start to finish, who crosses the line first. Pau Echenez from Spain crosses second. Fantini from Argentina gets around third, and this is Kutsuk from Thailand. Just determined now to finish without getting disqualified. Coming down to the finish line. He's through. No disqualification, so we have a clean run in that heat. But it is Osterbank and Echenez who are very convincing. It's no wonder though some of these athletes, or one athlete that we've seen wearing these full face helmets. There's so many things that could hit you. Paddles are going everywhere. There are rocks on all sides. All right, the second to last of the heats. George Snook from New Zealand, Jan Royer from Switzerland, Gaëtan de Grief from Belgium, and Pretam Gureng from Great Britain. There's Gaëtan de Grief from Belgium. Lads are having a bit of a chat up there about what the task is in front. George Snook from New Zealand. He's in the blue boat. I think next to him that's Jan Royer from Switzerland. And the last of the competitors, Pretam Gureng from Great Britain in the multicolour boat. So all set for a start. Top two go through to the quarterfinals. And they're underway. They've hit the water okay, no problems at all, although on the far side of the course it looks like de Grief got himself into a bad line early on and had to go over the rock. But at this stage it is in the multicolour boat Gureng from Great Britain who has a slight advantage. He goes to the left of the course. Oh, and there's some problems there. He's got himself into a real drama coming out of that up gate, and he's all of a sudden found himself dropped back to third. And some real problems getting down that drop. Some athletes going the wrong way. No one seems confident about what their direction is, but what a ridiculous race. And there's a helmet that's come off. Now, I'm not quite sure what the rules are with that. I think that's George Snook from New Zealand, who does have a heck of a head of hair, but he has lost his helmet, which is not ideal, obviously. I'm not quite sure what the rules are regarding that. Pretam Gureng has in fact been disqualified from Great Britain. George Snook now really wants to make sure he doesn't get smacked by a boat there without his helmet. He's gone down, he's crossed the finish line. So it's George Snook from New Zealand who gets there first. Jan Royer from Switzerland second. But that was a fascinating race. The first big drop, they got themselves into all sorts of trouble there. And the early leader, Pretam Gureng, all of a sudden. Here we go. Let's have a look here. So you can see it's the blue boat of Snook that's got himself into trouble. He's corrected it, but he's lost his helmet in the process. Somehow he's gone from there to finishing first. Royer from Switzerland also had some trouble there. So a fascinating race. Only Gureng got disqualified. Everyone else is fine. Good news, they have retrieved the helmet. There's Maël Rivard from Canada in the yellow boat. This is the final of the heats. The final heat in the men's junior K1. Dmitry Labasov from Russia. Oh, how nice. We've got 4 different coloured boats. Very excited about that. Igor Shmernov from Russia in the red boat. And from France, Julien Peugeot in the green boat. Just a little bit of rain again here at the course. Nothing too heavy at this stage. It won't affect the athletes, of course. Only the crowd might find it a little bit uncomfortable. We'll wait to start. Oh, he nearly got away a bit too early there in the green boat on the end, but he's okay. Peugeot from France. They hit the water as one. A nice clean start. They head down past the first of the green gates and down to the first big drop. And no problems at this stage. Everybody's clean. Now this is where the carnage can happen. The first of the up gates, the first of the red. 2 of them go to the left, 2 of them go to the right. Seems at this stage everybody's through clean. So it's going to, although it now looks like the yellow boat of Rivard from Canada, he's having some real problems getting back upstream. Smirnov has been disqualified. So the red boat is disqualified. That leaves Labasov and Peugeot as the two at this stage who are in the box seat to get through. Peugeot has now been disqualified as well. So 2 disqualifications, Smirnov and Peugeot. That means Labasov in the blue boat, and Rivard, who got himself into a lot of trouble. He's going to finish. He's going to be the last athlete to cross the line. But as long as he's clean, as long as he's okay, he's going to be surprised to look up and find a queue. Oh no, that's him there. He's not going to finish, I don't think. It looks like he's run into some trouble. I hope he's okay. We'll keep an eye on him for you. But at this stage, he will take no further part in the race. So he did not finish, which means only one. Well, Rivard's got a Q next to his name, but he didn't finish. So I don't think he can qualify for the next round if you don't finish. It would be surprising to get through, but whether he's in any state to be able to continue on anyway, because it looks like he was feeling a little bit worse for wear. But we'll keep you posted on that and see what happens. But at this stage, just the one athlete getting through. Now these are the lineups for the quarterfinals. First 2 athletes from each of the heats going through. Just the men tonight. Tomorrow night we'll have the girls and the women's extreme canoe slalom heats, quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. Now we'll see in a moment what they've decided to do. So Rivard is still down as qualified, and he has been listed to start in the quarterfinal. That's a very interesting result. So we're just trying to see here what's happened. This is in the last race. The Canadian Rivard is in the yellow boat. Looks okay there. Just fast forwarding now to find out he's gone quite wide there. I don't know whether he's hit a rock or... Let's just keep an eye on happenings here. He got himself into trouble here. He was struggling to get back upstream. So I'm not sure what the ruling is. I'm not sure whether he can still go through even though he didn't finish the race. He has been listed in the quarterfinal. 2 of the other athletes were disqualified, of course. All he needed to do was get down to the bottom of the course, but maybe he didn't even need to do that. So we have a 15-minute break now. 20-minute break until the quarterfinals, and we'll have the men's under 23 extreme quarterfinals first. So we'll take a short break, try and find out a bit about what's going on, and we'll be back with you in around 15 minutes from now. So I hope you can join us then.